Hi, and welcome to this next video. It is the McCormick grist mill. You can scratch the second video that you're going to listen to. It says that it says it's the Blue Ridge Parkway video. It is not. I am headed to the Blue Ridge Parkway, but I'm going to divide the videos up. I'm not gonna combine the grist mill with the Blue Ridge Parkway. Anyway, so that said, also I did another video a few minutes ago, an intro video, and it sounded really bad, and it partly sounded bad because I had my AC turned all the way up on high, and it made a lot of noise, a lot of scratching. So I decided to redo the video since it was so scratchy, the intro video. Some of the other videos that you'll hear, the AC is turned up a little. It's turned not as high as it was in the video I did. You're not going to hear that video. I discarded it. But it's a little loud, but not too bad. Anyway, again, this is the McCormick grist mill. I left the truck stop this morning, and anyway, I left the truck stop, and my first stop was to take a picture of an old abandoned candy store and a little bit of nature and some flowers. Anyway, and then I went from there and am following the GPS route to get back on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which isn't very far. It's only about 4 miles from the parkway. Anyway, so on the way, I passed this sign that says Shenandoah Valley Agricultural Center or something like that, and I pull in here. I see that there's picnic tables. It looks like a park. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, you know, let me get out and explore. I did. A little bit of a rocky start. My phone started overheating. I took a few pictures with the S20 Ultra app. Those are in one of the early slideshows anyway. And then I had to come back to the car, turn the AC on, and let it run on high for a little bit so that I could cool the phone down and use my actual phone app. Anyway, so that's kind of how I ended up here. I was on my way to the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I happened to see the sign, decide to pull in. So that's why I'm here. Right now, I'm still at the parking lot at the McCormick grist mill, and I'm getting ready to leave in a few moments. Anyway, so, you know, you can scratch the Blue Ridge Parkway. The Blue Ridge Parkway will be the next video. That will be the next video. Part 6 will be the next video. So, but you can just scratch all that. Anyway, let's get to the rest of the video, and then I'll conclude at the end. Hi, this is part 6 of the Blue Ridge Parkway Revisited. I just left the truck stop. I pulled around to the other truck stop to try to let one of my YouTube videos upload. Anyway, while I was there, across the street, I saw an old abandoned building. It turns out it's an old candy store. So I did some photographed the old candy store, photographed some pretty flowers, and now I'm at a place called the Shenandoah Agricultural Center or something like that, and there's some, looks like a picnic area and some nice buildings, and I'm going to go explore that. Anyway, so let's get the day started. Oh, and I just want to add one little thing. I apologize for the bad sound quality on this video, but my AC is running on high, and it's very hot. I can't really turn it down. I need to try to stay cool and keep my phone cool. So hopefully you can hear me okay. But the sound is not going to be. You're going to hear a lot of whizzing in the background. My apologies for that. First up is the old candy store and the surrounding area. Next up is a flower video. Some of the last part of the video, or last pictures that are of the leaves, it's not quite as good. You can tell it's not quite as good. Some of the flowers, I can't really tell the difference, but about halfway into it, taking the pictures, or not halfway, just, you know, I didn't take that many pictures, but after the first 3 or 4 pictures, my phone overheated and my phone's camera app closed, and I had to go back and use the S20 Ultra app. It takes good pictures, but it doesn't do quite as well as my phone app. Anyway, so the last pictures, you can kind of tell, are not quite as good. But anyway, took pictures of these saw these beautiful little pink flowers next to the old abandoned candy store. And they're gorgeous, and I hope I can find some more of them that I can get maybe a little bit better pictures. But anyway, they're gorgeous, so I stopped to take photographs. Okay, I'm out here at the Shenandoah Agricultural Center, or whatever they call it. Anyway, I'm up here. I took some pictures of some orange tulips, and now I come over here and I photograph these buildings. As you can see, my phone is, let me move back a little bit, my phone is overheating again, so I can't open up my phone's app. So I'm having to use the S20 app. Anyway, so that's what I'm using now. Anyway, so I'm here. I'm going to go up to the front and explore it just a little bit. Okay, I'm back in the car for just a moment. I did take a couple of pictures up there of these old buildings. One of them is a grist mill. Anyway, the doors are actually open, so I can actually go inside. I'm going to do that in just a few minutes. Like I said, I had to come back to the car and stick my phone in the AC vents, run my engine and stick my phone in the AC vents to try to cool it down. My phone's app still won't open. It's got to cool down a little bit. I'm trying to get it cooled down. I was using the S20 and that worked fine, but I noticed that I couldn't zoom all the way down, and I finally realized why. The app apparently follows my whatever settings are in my actual phone camera app, and when it shut down, I was still at like 2% zoomed, and I didn't, or 2 times zoomed, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted it zoomed all the way down anyway, so I couldn't change it. Apparently, whatever settings are in the phone camera app carry over to S20, and then you can't change the settings. That I don't like, but I could have worked with, if it was down to 1% or whatever, I could work with that. But two times, 2 times zoomed, I didn't want to work with that. It made it too big, and I wanted to zoom down. I couldn't. Anyway, so right now I'm just in the car. I'm waiting for a moment for my phone to cool down, and then I'm going to hopefully start it again, and maybe I'll be able to open up my actual phone camera app. I was also trying to upload some videos to Facebook. I canceled those. They're draining the battery, and I think it may have something to do with causing the phone to overheat. I don't know. It's a hot day, so anyway, I'm going to sit here a few minutes longer, and then I'm going to go back up here. There's quite a few buildings. There's a grist mill. There's a few things. Anyway, so I'm going to go back up there in a few moments. Okay, I finally got my phone cooled down enough to try to do a little video. It seems the S20 Ultra app only goes down to 2 times, because anyway, it appears it only goes down to 2 times zoomed. The iPad's the same way. Anyway, one of the buildings here is the McCormick Grist Mill. That's over to the left of me. But I'm going to go in here and explore this old building first. Let's see. I don't like to shake the camera too much. Okay. Yeah. This was the McCormick Historical Exhibit. Okay, we're gonna go in here and, oh yeah, smells old. Oh my God, I've talked about this before. These old buildings and old houses, this was probably an old cabin at some point. They smell like the old house, the old house that my grandmother lived in for a long time. It was passed down to her. No, I take that back. I don't know if it was passed down to her or not. It may have. I'm thinking it was passed down from her to her from my grandfather, but I don't think so. I think my grandfather may have built it. I don't know. But anyway, very old house, and she lived in it for a very long time until, you know, it got too old. You know, she got too old. She couldn't live in it anymore. It wasn't appropriate. She needed something a little better, and my aunt and uncle bought her a mobile home to live in, and that's where she lived until, well, almost until she died. She ended up in I think a home for a little while. So, as you can see, I definitely remember these old chairs. I remember my grandparents having old chairs like this. This is like, well, every time I walk into an old building like this, it takes me back. I remember. It's crazy how you can remember the things from your childhood, even if they were like a really, really long time ago. And here is an old, I believe, an old sewing machine, an old antique sewing. This is an old antique. If I'm not mistaken, it's an old antique Singer from probably around the turn of the century, around 1900. So, wow, yes, there's even a little spool of thread there. Okay, so I'm going to, here's another old chair, and a lot of pictures on the wall of what they did and how they used. Oh, you can't really, oh shit, you can't, that, excuse my language. Anyway, you can't really see it because there's too much glare. Here's one of an old house. There's anyway, too much glare. But anyways, okay, I am going to go back out. This machine, just want to let you know, this machine is called a reaper, and it actually dates back to 1809. Okay, here is the Cyrus McCormick Farm and Workshop. This is like the basement area or beneath the main building that you just saw. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that it was once an old cabin or something like that. Now let's see if we can get you through the bars without dropping my phone. Don't want to do that. That wouldn't be good. I'd have a hard time getting it. That would be bad. Anyway, so we're just going to do this little number, and if my hand goes up in front of the camera, you'll know why I'm holding on tight, so as not to lose my phone. Anyway, as you can see, wow, there is, oops, yep, there it goes. I knew that would happen. I knew it would happen. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's okay, let's do it this way. You go over here, some more bars. I know I don't like the bars. There's nothing I can do. I guess they don't want people coming in here and trying to steal some of this old stuff, because this stuff it's all antique, rusty as it may be. It's still a lot of antiques. This was the workshop where Cyrus McCormick, this is actually the site of the Cyrus McCormick farm. Anyway, let's put the phone out and go over here. Apologize again for my hand going up in front of the lens, but anyway, Again, don't want to drop it because that would not be good. Anyway, here is, I don't know what that is in the corner. I'm not going to try to zoom it. And here is the blacksmith shop, in which the first practical reaper was built by Cyrus McCormick in 1831. Walnut Grove Farm. Wow. Okay, so this was Cyrus McCormick's blacksmith shop and his workshop and all the stuff he did on the farm. And you know what? This is interesting considering I was talking to I won't call him an idiot, but my ex-boyfriend yesterday. Sometimes he can be an idiot. Anyway, and he said he really wished things would go back to the way they were 150 years ago. And I was like, yeah, right. I mean, all talk, you know the old saying, the man with a paper hat. Anyway, here, let's get a little bit closer view of this. As you can see another view of that over there, and his little workshop. Well, whatever he did there. And then over here is, I'm not sure what that thing is. Wow, do not know. There's another piece of equipment. And then, of course, there's all this equipment. Okay, here is the McCormick grist mill, and I'm going to walk up here and go inside. You can see there's the road right there. And there's a little walking trail over there too. I might, when I get all done, I might walk down that a little bit. This was a really interesting find. I am actually really glad I found this. This is the McCormick grist mill. Okay, well, it says do not enter. I guess for reasons unknown. I don't want anyone getting hurt in here. Anyway, and here is a staircase that leads up to a loft which goes upstairs in this cabin, but of course you can't fire extinguisher. They didn't have those 150 years ago, nor did they have hand sanitizer at the entrance at the doorways. That's brand new. Everyone knows that since COVID. Anyway, here's, wow, there's where they had the fireplace, and there's even some kindling in there. And then, of course, there's all of the, oh wow, that is such a nice little table. And here's all of the pictures, which are, I've tried to take, tried to video, but it causes way too much glare. It would with a photograph as well. And here is, I don't know what that is. No clue. But it's some kind of a, I don't know. Something they used on the farm. Okay. And I have no clue what this is. Let's go up here and see. As you can see, there it is. Okay, it's just part of the grist mill. See, my phone is dropping on battery, so I'm going to hurry up and get done here. Okay, here's underneath the grist mill, the part that you just saw above. I guess you would consider this like a basement area. Anyway, here's more old machinery. Very large machinery down here. Very large. Wow. Just amazing. I'm hoping I can get up to the front and get a little bit of video of the front. There's also another building on the grounds. There's also a church. Like I said, I may have to drive around this road just a bit to try to let my phone charge a bit. Anyway, here's some more kindling in the fireplace. And okay, I'm ready to exit. Okay, here's the back side of the building. As you can see, on to the right, there's, I guess that's the bridge where the water runs through. And then the one on the right is the grist mill, and then the one on the left is the historical society. And then I will pan you around just a bit, let you see the grounds. Absolutely gorgeous. And here's the vantage point from this little bridge that goes over here to this other little building. Okay, turns out this little building that I thought was part of this, well, it is kind of part of this, it's the restrooms. Okay, here is the pond out here, and there's several geese out there, ducks I guess. There's one coming right here towards me, and I want him to, he's one of the male ducks, or no, one of the female ducks, I don't know. Anyway, he needs to go in and get in the water. I've had one time try to bite my feet. Not that he really can do much biting, but still. Anyway, let's zoom in on him. Hey, there he is. He's down at the water. He's down at the water's edge. Yep, there he is. Go on. He needs to go get in the water. It looks like he's going to try to get in the water. Okay, beautiful picnic area out here under the under this tree here. Okay, here's another old building, newer than the rest, that's on the property here. I'm thinking that might be an old church, but it's hard to say. And here's another entrance to another part. I parked down at the other part, the low part. Okay, and then you walk out here, and you're walking right out here to the road. I'm not sure what route this is. I was going to drive it a little ways and see what's out here. But, oh, okay, this is the office. Wow, not the church, the office. Okay, here is an old house here on the property. Not sure about that. Let me go check it out. Okay, apparently this is the McCormick office as well. I'm thinking there's a car out here. I'm thinking she might be in the little office, he or she. But anyway, I think I'm going to walk. Oh, I hear a trucker in the background. Anyway, I think I'm going to walk down the road here rather than through the grass. Okay, I think I might have just enough battery to go down this Marl Creek Interpretive Trail here at the McCormick farm and explore that just a bit. Maybe take a few pictures. Anyway, see what's down here. I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. Okay, here's an old building right here on the trail. Okay, I'm here at one little section of the trail, and you can see the what's the farm back, that other farm across the street from the grist mill in the background. Okay, I'm out here at the entrance to the parking lot to the McCormick grist mill. I thought I would do one last small video. It's a gorgeous day, very hot. I walked down the trail. I think I didn't quite walk it the whole way. I think it loops around the pond, but I decided I didn't want to walk anymore. Anyway, be back with you guys later. Okay, I turned the AC down just a bit. Maybe the sound quality won't be quite as bad. It's still running kind of high, but hopefully it'll be a little better. Anyway, this next video slideshow is in and around the grist mill. I took a lot of photographs inside on the first building, but after that I didn't. It just wasn't. I didn't. You know, I didn't like the quality of the pictures I took. So anyway, so I primarily only took pictures in the first building where the reaper is located. This next little video is the McCormick office, or rather one of the McCormick offices. There's also a white building that I did a little bit of video on. Anyway, I also did some video on this one as well. But anyway, it's such a beautiful, I thought I'd take a picture. And as you can clearly see, it used to be an old house. This last video is the nature around the grist mill. The first pictures are of the orange tulips. They were taken with the S20 Ultra app. I don't like those quite as well. I've said it before. I like my camera, my phone camera app much better. But in a pinch, when my phone overheats and I can't take pictures or video, I will on occasion use the S20 Ultra app. It's not a bad app, especially for landscapes, but for close-ups it's not quite as good. Okay, this concludes the McCormick grist mill video. I am still in the parking lot here. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm about to pull this video together and then I'm going to take off. My first stop before I go to the Blue Ridge Parkway is going to be one of the truck stops, probably Fuel City. It's like the first one on the right hand side of the road. I was already at the one earlier today, the Exxon. Just a story about that. It was kind of a negative, just a negative, you know, kind of negative this morning as I was leaving. Someone came in to clean up and there was no paper towels. I did what I had to do. I washed my face, brushed my teeth, washed my face. And then as I was leaving, there was no paper towels, and I didn't see she had taken them out of the dispenser, and I didn't see there was no hand dryer in there either. So I had no choice. I had to just leave, and I figured, you know, it's so hot, my hands and face are gonna dry very quickly. On the way out, she says, "Well, aren't you going to clean up after yourself?" And I'm thinking, clean up after myself? And with what? There are no paper towels. What am I supposed to do? Tear off toilet paper? And I mean, you know, that doesn't make sense. So I could call her some names, and I got a name for it, but I won't say it. Anyway, I understand, you know, that's probably not, you know, she's an older lady. It's a hard job, I guess. I don't know, you know, cleaning. I don't know. I've never done, cleaning, maintenance and cleaning. So anyway, Not that you classify that as maintenance, that's just cleaning. Anyway, I did not engage. I opted not to engage. I figured if I engaged, you know, then she could say something. She could say something else negative, something else hateful. And I just didn't, you know, so I didn't engage at all. On the way out, she, like I said, you know, she said something to me, and I didn't engage at all. I didn't respond. I did not engage. I did not respond. I didn't even look at her. I just walked out of the ladies' room and headed for the exit and left. You know, and I think that that's probably the best response when you encounter someone who's negative. If they say something, the best thing, and I've encountered this before. One time when a woman said something to me, I was brushing my teeth, and she said something to me about not masking, and stood in the doorway of the bathroom and continued, you know, and loudly, you know, I'm wearing my mask, aren't you? Why aren't you wearing yours? And yada, yada, you know, and she said that like 3 times, and I did not engage. I didn't look at her. I didn't speak to her. I didn't say anything. I didn't engage. And then I guess she finally got exasperated and left. And as far as I'm concerned, that's kind of the best way to deal with people. You know, if they say something negative and you can avoid engagement at all, just ignore them, and, you know, like, you know, act like you don't hear them, because, you know, that's really the, you know, the best way. And I know how frustrating it is, because I've said some stuff to people, not negative, but, you know, said stuff to people, and I guess they didn't want to engage at all, so they just walk on like they don't hear you. And, you know, and it is kind of frustrating. But anyway, that said, I am getting ready to pull this video together, leave here, go up to the first truck stop, which I think is the Fuel City, get myself something to drink, take a restroom break, and then I'm headed to the Blue Ridge Parkway. So, see you in the next video. Hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace.